Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. For those of you that joined me yesterday, when I was working on this chest of drawers, I've come back today to finish it off. Now, if you didn't see the live video I did yesterday, then if you'd just like to pop back into the videos on this page, and you'll be able to see putting the base coat onto this chest behind me. We've obviously used lots of different colours. I think we've got Yankee blue down here, followed by antebellum blue, and then there's vintage duck egg, dusty blue, and then some savannah mist. I've also then put some paint blue sort of around the edges in some areas, which I am going to do some more of. And I also dry brushed with sort of all of the colours just all over the piece. So yeah, I'm going for like a sort of a watercolour, seasidey, oceany vibe. And like I say, today I'm coming on to put the transfers on. I did put another coat on, and like I said, dry brush in yesterday evening, and then I've left that overnight to dry. And yeah, so like I say, I will be adding to this, but I just wanted to put the transfers on today so that I could see sort of where I need to add. I'm thinking of putting sort of, you know, a bit more of a foggy, misty, like a misty morning looking out to sea on there. So anyway, I'm just too excited to get started with putting on the Nautical Life transfer. I haven't used this one yet, so I thought I'd just pop on and do that now, and you can all see what's going on. So let's bring that a little bit closer maybe. I've got you on the mirrored effect, which always confuses me. So anyway, I haven't told you who I am. If you don't know me, I'm Laura from Cherubs Chalks Interiors over in the UK. I'm a Dixie Belle content creator. Hi Lou. Oh yeah, thank you. Hopefully it'll all come together, especially when I start putting these transfers on. Like I say, I haven't used this transfer before, and I really like the look of that lighthouse. And then you can probably see there's some anchors over here and some sort of compasses and different things. So I have already cut these out. I'm trying to be prepared. I've also, since yesterday, drilled in the new handle holes. These are the handles that I'm going for. They're a sort of a rope effect, nautical vibe. I just tested them out this morning actually. I think these look really nice, but obviously I'm not going to put them in there. I was. No, I'm not going to, because I need to put the transfers on and I need to seal them. I'm just getting ahead of myself. But whoever's joining us today, thank you. Let me know where you're watching from. Say we're in the UK. I'm not quite sure what the time is. I think it's about 1 or 2. Not too sure. Those handles are cute. Yeah, they are cute. I really like them. So anyway, I'm going to start off with this gorgeous little lighthouse. I think, obviously I've put the handle holes in so I can sort of tell where they are, because sometimes if you don't really know where the handle holes are, you can end up putting, you know, if I was to put that there and then the handles go in, you're going to be covering up the actual transfer. So I've just popped those in there so I know to try and avoid those, because I don't want to be covering this up because it's really nice. So what I tend to do, I don't always do this, it depends on the plan, but because this one I've got sort of quite a plan in my mind what I want to do with it. I've got some masking tape and I'm just going to pop that into place. So I think I want it about there. I think that will look quite nice. And I'm just going to plan out where I'm putting things before I do it this time. Sometimes I just sort of go with the flow and pop them anywhere and see how it evolves. But today I'm going to try and plan it all out and then apply them. So I meant to get everything ready. There's one thing I've forgotten is my Stanley knife for cutting these, but that's okay. I'll grab that shortly. So we've got, what is this called? It's not a steering wheel, it's a, I don't know. It's Somebody help me, I'm not sure what it's called. One of those, not sure where I want that. So you can just sort of test out where you want them, and then this is why I like to stick things on occasionally so I can see what looks best where. I know that I had in mind to put some of these compasses. Maybe that one up there, that looks quite nice up there, doesn't it? Really trying to get these finished today because I want to get them photographed later on, if possible. I've got my clear sealer somewhere, or I did have it. I thought I was more organised today, sorry I'm not. Yeah, I've got my, I'm going to seal this all with satin clear coat and a Gator High sponge just to seal everything in, but as I say, I am going to be adding to the paintwork. I think once the transfers are on, I'll be able to tell a little bit more of what's going on. So we've got an anchor. See, I know some of the names. I think that might look quite nice down there. Again, we've got the handles. I don't really want to have the transfers covered up too much by the handles. And then I am going to be going round onto the sides and things. Hi everyone, I can see a few of you jumping on now. Right, let me find my Stanley knife. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? So I can show you how I cut them when they go over the drawers like this. Sorry, 2 seconds. Typically my toolbox is hiding underneath a load of things because people trying to tidy up. Stanley knife, which is what I use for cutting. Let's see where it's going to go over the 2 drawers. I need to cut in the middle so that you can pull the drawers in and out. Got a few of you on today. I think it was quite quiet yesterday. I don't know. I think I came on earlier on in the morning, and obviously all of you Americans and people around the world, I think it was a bit too early for everyone. So nice to see some of you joining us today. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the placement of the lighthouse, so I'm going to get that on now. Right there, so I'm just going to peel the white backing paper off. That is obviously there to protect the transfer from sticking onto anything, but now we do want it to stick, so I'll just took that off. And I'll just pop that back into position. I think it was back there, wasn't it? Okay, now these drawers have got little grooves in them, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burnish it on here. In fact, I think I need to go back a little bit because I'm going to push on it. It's going to move because it's on wheels. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm up to. I'm trying not to get my head in the way. So I'm just burnishing that on there. I'll start from the bottom and then I'm going to head up and I'll have to go into this groove here. I'll show you what I'm doing as I do it. Just get that all stuck down. Be nice and firm, make sure that you get every little detail onto the drawers. Can you still see us? Should have charged it before I came on. Just not very organised today, but I just wanted to get these finished, and I knew that I did say I'd pop back on and show you as I apply them. So I'm just pushing this transfer into that groove and just really going with the detailing on these drawers. Dixie Belle transfers are great because they really sort of bend around the corners and into the grooves without ripping, which some other brands do. They do rip when you're sort of trying to go around a corner. It can be quite difficult, whereas I find the Dixie Belle transfers really easy to work with. Okay, now I always advise, where possible, to leave as much of the clear transfer paper around the transfer as possible. If you cut too close to the edge, and when you're burnishing the transfer on, you're going to be, if you're going off of this paper, you're going to be scratching the paintwork behind it. So just leave as much of it on there around it as you can, and obviously you'll be pulling that off shortly once it's all burnished on. Making sure you've got every little bit. Okay, now that's quite well. Where's my Stanley knife? So I've got my knife. I'm just going to find the edge of the drawer, it's just up here. I'm just going to run that along the edge of the drawer and the transfer. So obviously then I've cut it so that when I'm pulling the drawer in and out, it all runs nice and smoothly and you're not ripping any of the transfer. Okay. I think that's on everywhere. So then you just start to lift the clear paper, and you'll see if there are any parts of the transfer that haven't pushed down and adhered to the furniture. You'll see that as you're pulling this, and then if that is the case, then you just put it back into place. And just really make sure you've got every little bit. I don't know, for those of you that are on my, follow me on my page on Cherry Chalks Interiors, I was popping a transfer on yesterday. One of the new ones, the Cherry Blossom transfer, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I actually finished that piece this morning and I've popped that onto my page as well. So if anybody's interested to see what the new transfers look like, just head over to Cherry Chalks Interiors and watch my live from last night, or just look at the photos that I've taken this morning of that piece. It's so pretty. So I've used most of the transfers now, but I haven't used the nautical one yet, and I'm still yet to use the other new transfer, which is the vintage floral, which looks totally beautiful. Okay, so that's that drawer. I'll just do this other bit. Obviously, as I say, I've cut it, so just look at this bit. Just being really careful, making sure it's really pushed down into that groove there. And you can just push down with your finger to make sure that it's all stuck well. And there is the lighthouse. How lovely does that look against that background? Let's see if anyone's saying. So yeah, I just wanted to get that on there. So I might, excuse me, sorry. I might sort of put a few more cloudy effects, just to make it look a little bit more like a morning at the seaside, looking out to sea. This compass here I'll pop on. Again, just pulling that off and discarding that. So I've got a few other compasses. I'm not quite sure. I want a few things on the sides and possibly something on the top, so I've cut out quite a few few different things. Again, just the same old thing, can you see? Just burnishing that onto there. I think this is just one of those things that you've just got to have a go at, really. You just got to choose your transfer and get it on. But as I say, always make sure that the paint that you are applying the transfer to is properly dry. You wouldn't want to just be painting and then applying it straight away because it won't stick. You need to make sure that the paint's dry enough for the transfer to adhere to. Okay, I think that's all on there, and obviously that's just on this drawer, so there's no cutting involved because it's not going over any edges or grooves or gaps. So I just tend to start peeling the top layer off and just carry on, making sure that it's all pressed down and stuck well. There we go, you can see that comes on there. It's quite a subtle one, that is. I say there are some that are a little bit, that's a nice colour, look. It's a nice greeny colour. Look at that one. What else was I going to do? I was going to put that anchor. Do I want that anchor on the front? Or do I want it on the side? Possibly go for a smaller anchor on the front. Maybe that one. What do we think? Down there. Let's spin it round and I'll put this one to the side. Let me know if you've used the nautical transfer before. I've not actually seen many people using this one yet. And it's not actually my normal style, but I love it. It looks really nice. I think I'll put it there. Okay. I was actually going to use this transfer. I was doing some small boxes and I thought this would look quite nice on those, but I'm glad that I've saved it for this piece because I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far. And I'll be off to the seaside on Thursday, so I think I'm just getting myself in the mood for it. Just really making sure that it's all stuck down. If you pull this, if you put it too fast and it's not all stuck down, then you're going to rip the transfer and it's really hard to fix it afterwards. You know, you want to be making sure. It's better just to take a little bit more time and care, making sure that it's all on and it's all adhered properly, and then you save yourself lots of bother if you end up ripping it. Like I say, these transfers are so great. Really, really easy to work with. The cherry blossom I was using yesterday, that was quite delicate. It had some sort of delicate stems on there, so I had to really be careful to make sure that they were all stuck down before removing the paper. These transfers, these ones are actually the ones I've just used. They're all sort of they're not quite so delicate. So not quite as fiddly. And as I say, with all transfers you need to seal them. Obviously this has been done on chalk mineral paint, which I will seal anyway. The pieces that I was doing yesterday, I was applying the transfer onto silk paint, which the silk paint itself doesn't need sealing because it's got a built-in top coat. I mean, I know that some people don't seal the chalk mineral paint, but I always do, just for an extra layer of protection. And obviously because I've got the transfer on, I'll be sealing that. And for that you can use any of the clear coats, the matte satin or gloss or gator hide, but I think I'll be using the satin just to give it a little sheen. That's lovely, isn't it? What next? Let's stick this anchor down here. Yeah. See, I said at the beginning that I was going to plan it all out before I went, and then I just ended up just going with the flow again. It's just how I roll. I tried to stick to the plan. Again, if you're interested in the new transfers, then just pop over to my page on Cherubs, Chalks Interiors, or I know a lot of the other content creators and brand ambassadors are posting and promoting the new transfers, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So, I say this one is new to me because I've not used it yet. Hi Bernie! Oh, I can't quite see. I'll come back. If I can't answer any questions now, I will come back after the live. I've got my ring light on and it's blinding me at the moment when I try and look at the screen. Okay, what else do I want? I just realised I've got ripped leggings on. Next, we want another anchor anywhere. I quite like that one actually, that's quite cute. Can anybody tell me what this is called? I can't think of the name. I know it steers the boats, but can I think of what it's called? No. So if anybody can help me with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Where should I put this one? I'm concentrating there. I think I'll pop it up there. Yep. Once you've popped it, once you've started pushing it down, you won't be able to move it again, which is why I do try